Broadcasting live from the shadows of the John Hancock Building.
In the beautiful Two Wheel Productions Filming Center,
This is Bike Week America.
This is Beer, sitting on a tuk-tuk somewhere in Southeast Asia, and you're watching Bike Week America.
So welcome back to Bike Week America. I'm one of the hosts of Bike Week America. My name is Dan. The kids call me Mr. Hippie. And I am joined with one of the greatest hosts I've ever worked with in my whole life.
I think I'm the only host you ever worked with in your whole life. I'm Lori Martin. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, what's your ride name?
I have a couple.
I know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, introduce yourself.
It's a secret squirrel thing.
Yeah, okay. All right.
To know me is to love me.
Yeah. Do you do anything other than just ride? What else do you do?
I do a lot.
What do you do?
Ride committee with Autism Speaks. I'm an ASMI instructor. I am a rescue rider. I'm a former officer of the Rescue Riders. I'm a mom of 5 and almost a grandmother of 3. We've got a little boy due anytime now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Mason.
Hey.
We've got two little girl grandbabies, and now we've got a little boy grandbaby coming.
You know, I'm more about the grandkids than having more kids. I'm just past that. It's like bring on grandkids, bring on the
It's
kids.
funny what's both Steve, my husband, and I have said. As the children deliver these babies and we get them in our arms in the hospital, we tell them they no longer count.
Yeah,
It is all
that's
about
right.
their
Yeah.
baby. They may go away now. They have produced offspring. They mean nothing to us. And
Well,
both of the girls both of our daughters that had the babies look at us like, huh?
What-
And they're realizing that this is true. Give us a small one.
Yeah, we want the little one.
Yeah.
When's it coming back?
Yeah.
Not only is it here, but thank you, but when's next?
Oh yeah. I mean the fact that I own a car seat.
Okay, I don't own a car seat.
I have a car.
don't
I have a
own-
crib in my house again. I have a car seat. We've got a high chair, and we have 2 of the most beautiful little granddaughters you could see. And then we've got the grandson coming, and I'm sure he will be the most handsome man. Of course, and again, I'm a little partial, but
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I too am an avid rider. I also am an ASMI, Accident Scene Management Incorporated instructor.
Bystander assistance.
Because we're all about the acronyms because
Yeah.
it's what we do.
Yep.
Yeah, I hate
Yep.
acronyms.
Well,
It's just one of the hardest things
I
I've
have
had
2 for
about
you for
everything.
later. It's funny on Facebook because every once in a while I'll throw one out there
I
and keep them up all night long.
just hate that.
Because the medical acronyms, us in the EMS world, we make up
it's
stuff
easy.
just to make it easier.
Oh, I know.
Our drug box, it became on the ambulance. Our drug box became a song of acronyms.
We were talking like way early when I first started getting involved, and LOL, I got it right away, but then I didn't because it was
Right.
little old lady. I'm like, do you guys write that on your
see?
reports?
Yeah.
LOL?
Yeah. Well, it depends. If it may go to court, no. It was a kindly older
I
woman.
was just like, oh my god, that was my entry into
You
the
have-
acronym world.
On the reports that we had to we had to fill out, we had about an inch to put an hour's worth of time, including meds. So the acronyms were absolutely necessary in order,
Right.
to get through and broadcast and have the exact paperwork that we needed that were legal documents. So, I mean, we did what we had to.
Kind of funny how the acronyms evolve.
Well, think about oxygen, O2. We used the chemical
Okay,
thing.
easy enough.
Look at the words, oxygen, and then make it O2. We lost, we made a bunch of room for that.
Well, I think it's kind of like how to separate the bees from the wannabes too.
Right.
Because I got to tell you, I'll stay doing what I'm doing. I am good with the level of knowledge, and I'm always looking to do something more as far as learning. And
Right.
I don't need to know all 206 physical bones of my body. I need to know how
do
to
if
make
you break
sure.
'em.
I need to make sure that they're okay until until the ambulance comes.
Well, and bus.
That's
There's
all.
another thing.
Thank you.
However, larger police departments use buses. They use the word they use
Paddy
bus
wagons.
for paddy wagons.
Yep.
So you have to be careful where you are.
I've seen buses. Not the short yellow ones.
La 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 la.
Yeah, I don't know anything. Hey, no wants, no warrants, no arrests. Still.
Knock on
know,
wood. Still, he says.
I've been doing
Yep,
good.
there's
I've been
always
doing
bond money in the sock drawer, they say.
So we introduce ourselves so you get an idea that, we have progressed through our writing activities. I took it to another level each year. This year it's going to be, teaching writing.
I have to say, I have watched you bloom. I came in on this accidentally 6-7 seasons ago, I think, at this point, as a guest, and never left. And
kind of like Kevin Beener.
yeah, or Ursula. They come in, or Mike Huff, or Judy Canel Elliott, or Wally Elliott. We come in and never leave. But being a former instructor for EMS and being in the EMS world for years and years and years as a career, I have watched you each year blossom. And you take each thing that you do very seriously as you take it up a level. I mean, and that's your comfort level. Some people are very comfortable with where they're at, and they're just as important.
Which is just as fine. It's just fine where you want to go with
right,
this.
because it isn't something that you have to run out and become a paramedic, flight medic.
Yeah, right.
Or
Yeah.
a Bill Benson.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Bill Benson is just he amazes me because he is probably one of the most proficient and knowledgeable people in the area.
I'm a sponge around him.
And we all are.
Just.
I mean, he's just he's a plethora of knowledge, and even though it's because he's such a busy man, it's few and far between when I get to speak with him.
Same
I
here.
never leave the conversation without learning something.
Is that cool?
So that's a cool thing.
Sometimes he aims over my head, and I've got to try and catch it.
I suppose
And
we should
he,
explain.
Yeah,
We should explain.
go
Bill
ahead.
Benson is the founder of the EMS Road Docs, and he is a flight nurse, and he is a paramedic, and he is
An ER nurse.
an ER nurse, and he does it all. And he is a walking encyclopedia of knowledge. From the very novice to those who thought they knew everything, and Bill Benson still proves them that they don't know anything.
He does that to Larry Gray all the time when we're teaching basic.
See, and
you
Larry
know,
Gray,
and
I
Larry
respect
Gray
him so
knows
much.
everything too. It's like, God,
Right.
these guys are just going
Well,
back
and
and forth. It was
we
like,
when Larry, I've been out of it for a while because of my injury. I haven't been on the streets, as they say. And there was a run last summer, and it was Bill Benson, Larry Gray, and I speaking to, just having a conversation. And people would walk up, hear a bit of it, and just keep going.
yeah. Oh, it makes its own bubble.
It's like the caution tape, and everything. Oh, these people are talking about way things we're never gonna get.
And the gore level, they're accepting of any gore.
See,
it's
and,
like
and we love gore.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Well, as we chatted away, we should probably do our job here.
Okay, let's do that.
What do you want to start with?
I want to start with you.
Okay.
I know that you have something on your mind, and I want you to go ahead and, I did a couple of things last year. I went off on a rant. Let's call it a rant. Where we had something where we were really passionate about. I know you got something. I want you to do it.
Yeah, we were very, very lucky. We are both part of Duquesne Abate, which everybody, I think, at this point knows what Abate is. If you've been watching the show, you
Do
have
I
no
have
choice.
to do this? Do I have to do that?
No, I won't
okay,
do that.
I didn't do that.
And Duquesne Abate on Friday, February 28th, put on a Laugh into Spring at the Arcada
Oh
Theater
my
in St.
God.
Charles.
I laughed so hard that night.
David Irvine, I love you, man. I love you, man. He was because I was
so
working.
funny.
He was one of the only ones I caught, and I caught the beginning of the last guy. Anyway, on the ticket it said, "Please bring a can of food to pass along for Mutual Ground," which is a 501c3 in the area here in the Chicagoland area that helps domestic violence victims and also food pantries.
It's a safe haven for women.
Well, that's the domestic
Yeah,
violence. That's
it's
kind of
where
where
we
I
can
was
get
kind
them
of
safe.
broad. I was
I-
broad spectruming on that.
It's about safe though there.
I saw this table now, and I saw a lot of people coming in, and a lot of us, including myself, I had a box set up by the front door, and it had food in it. And we went out the garage, and I went,
Right,
oh,
they stayed,
I
yeah.
forgot the
I
food.
know.
And I was not alone because as people walked in the door and saw the table, they went, oh, I forgot the food. One of my biggest concerns is I went and did some research. And from the East Coast being the New York Times to the West Coast being the LA Times to Crane Chicago Business, last year food banks were in trouble and down 80%.
Oh, I've been reading about it too.
80%. Now, I
The
mean,
guy-
and everybody's in big trouble with the economy we're in right now. I know, there's a lot of people I know very dear to me that are unemployed right now, and their unemployment is running out, and businesses are closing and everything. Well, this year, let me see if I can find my spot here. As of December 2012, food pantries were down 80% in donations, with a 500% increase in those that needed assistance.
Yeah.
People are being
Getting
turned
slammed.
away. This is not just the churches, because we have a local church here who gets trucks in, once a month and things like that. I feel that we're all feeling the pinch, the rising fuel cost, which I don't know, somebody's toe got stubbed in Iraq or something, and so the fuel is up to almost $4 a gallon and over if you need premium around here. So when you guys start getting on your Harleys and need that premium, it's 4 something a gallon now. Most national food banks are running at less than 10% of what they were operating a year ago. We being the people that we are in the biker community, this is big on us.
Oh,
and
it's-
Duquesne Abate does the toy and food run, and they assisted with this mutual ground. And in your area, no matter where you are in the United States, there's a food bank or a food pantry or a soup kitchen or something that needs your help.
Absolutely.
And it's
Start-
time we step up. It's one thing that we go out and do the rides, and it's a great thing to do on weekends. Call your local township, your local village hall, your local city hall, your local, county, and ask where you can drop off. They are also in need of, we've had winter here since we've had our first snowfall in October. We are so sick of snow, folks. Over 6 feet of snow and in subarctic temperatures. They are in need of clothing also. Goodwill is at a deficit right now. The donations that we're able to make even in our household have only been books. And the guy's like, thanks, but we need coats and shirts. Please,
You can see it in the thrift shops too.
If you're-
The thrift shop over in West Dundee is just like
well, and
nobody's donating.
Right.
And I just don't get it. It's like you got to recycle. You got to put it back into
well, and I mean, I
circulation.
think of, growing up, I didn't have 2 closets of clothes when I grew up, and now I seem to have 2 closets of clothes. But I'm also split up because of someone who's living here too. But I mean, the thing is that do I need all that? No.
No, it's time
But
to thin out. It's time to put it where it needs to go, which is
Right.
back into circulation to help those who really just need something to just get through.
And that's what our whole premise of the show is, to pay it forward and help out.
That's all we do.
And
it's all this
and
is.
Lord knows, I mean, I've been fortunate enough that I've never had to go to a food pantry. I've never been that far, but it's close.
And you can see in our community there's a lot of people who are, and they say you're one emergency away from going bankrupt. There's a lot of people who are like half a paycheck away from having to go without food.
Well, they say you should have
And
2
we
months
can't have
worth
it.
of mortgage and everything put away.
Oh no!
How?
Who does that?
I
How-
used
how
to.
Can you?
I used to.
How can you?
I used to have that safety net. I can't do that anymore. And that, I
mean-
have to say, and then on top of all this, while we were doing this, I'm just going to throw this in real quick because I've kind of stretched this out and lost a lot of time on other stories here. On top of all this, there was a homeless man in one of the doorways of Arcata.
Go ahead, tell that story.
And
that is so cool.
Gina Woods and I, Gina Woods
Gina.
from Open Road
Gina.
Radio and from the Her Project. Gina and I walked out to have a cigarette and checked to make sure he was breathing and things like that, because at one point the foot wasn't thumping. So we checked him out. About 15 minutes later, Judy Kane Elliott, the president of Duquesne Abate, comes in and working with St. Charles Police Department and with money out of a couple of our pockets. I mean, that's why we're there, folks. It was for mutual ground, is to make sure somebody had a roof, and it was going to be subarctic again that night. We put him in a room, and we got him warm.
You
And
you work the shelter first. You actually work the system, and the system failed you.
Well, no, he failed
the moment.
himself because of the fact that the home that's right there in town
Yeah,
does
it's right
not
around there.
does not take anyone who has been drinking,
Okay, that's what it was.
and he was intoxicated to a pretty good level. I'm sure I didn't ask for his ETOH level. Oh, there's one of those words, ETOH level. But the shelters in the area will not take him as long as he's intoxicated. They will not take anybody.
I can see that.
And well, I mean,
I
it
can
can go
see
either
why,
way,
yeah.
right?
I
mean,
can also
it's the
see why
safety
you
of the
should.
other members, and also if they, when there's no alcohol, you've got a detox situation. They're not capable of handling that. Anyway, Judy immediately stepped into action and got a place for this guy to sleep and have a couple of good square meals, and that was, I mean, above all else that was going on that night, that my heart was going like this. This is why, because I mean, whatever I had in my wallet, I handed over because that was why we were there. We were there to help.
And while you were doing that, I was carrying out boxes and putting boxes of food and getting that over to Mutual Ground.
Right.
I completely missed it, and I heard it the next day. It's like, how cool is that? Because I didn't go out that side. I wasn't out that side.
Well,
of the
and I
building
shouldn't have
at
been
all.
because there was stairs
Well,
and
yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. But that was one of the things. I mean,
That's what
to
we do.
see that we were doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing, and
So
that-
step up.
Yeah, I mean,
Step up. Find a way to step up.
Judy-
With your life and with other people, you need to find a way to make this world a better place in the moment that you have, because we're not going to be here every moment. Live it life.
Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk,
No
please.
kidding. No kidding.
Good news, good news. The girls from the Her Project.
girls?
The girls.
The
This
girls
is
at
the
the
wrong
Her
date on
Project.
everything. The Her Project, which stands for Honor, Encourage, and Recognize. These girls are on their way to Daytona. They should be landing sometime today, and they are putting together a bobber this weekend in Daytona.
Is that cool?
And are you zoomed out now? Anyway, great camera situation now. Daytona is this coming week. I've got a couple people reporting with film.
I am so I got a new transmission in my car. I'm
just so happy you have a car.
Thank you. I am so tempted to just go.
Well, and I mean,
I have nothing on my calendar. I think I got like one thing next weekend that I'm really gonna not miss.
I went
But
brain
if
dead
I
and told
could,
Gina
I
I'm in the
would.
truck and forgot all about a baby shower that I'm hosting this weekend.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm.
hold it.
Well,
I'm
you know
throwing
what?
a
It
party.
was.
Never
I saw Daytona and Bike Week in my hand. SNS Automotive, Grunt Style, Roar Motorcycles. So
Oh,
many
those guys
awesome sponsors of this now. And to put together the bobber that they're putting together, I can't wait to see it. They wowed us at the International
trike
Motorcycle
came
Show.
out great.
4
Those guys
days,
look
and these
great.
women put this together. Here's one from Ron Contrano from Florida again. Everybody,
Yes.
you know what? We're dreaming so much about warm
Florida,
weather.
I know.
Anything we can find out of any of the southern states at this point. 7th annual Smiles Ride for Kids also comes to us from Florida. Like I said, my dear friend Ron Contrano, he's been doing this for years. And it's sponsored along with Pompano Beach Indian Motorcycles, where he works. Has one of the largest escorted charity motorcycle runs in the South, and that's on March 23rd. And the organizers,
March 23rd, that's like coming real close.
right,
Oh my
right,
God,
couple
we're
weeks
cutting
away.
edge. Look at the news here. Look at that.
Big Bike Riders Children's Foundation is the ones who do this. The nice thing about this foundation, the Big Bike, whatever I just said, because I can't remember it at this point. Big Bike Riders Foundation. Let me read off of yours as I've got the back of it here to me. Big Bike Riders Children's Foundation, whether it be a visit to kids in the hospital or just a smile or a baseball cap or something cool that's needed, a toy. This is one of the best foundations around, and it ends at the Chris Everett Hospital. It's Chris Everett tennis.
yeah.
I'm thinking baseball because I was never good at tennis and never good at baseball. I don't know where. It's a special VIP ride. I strongly urge you to participate in this event if you're in the Lauderdale, Pompano Beach area.
Go to www.bikerscare4kids.
The 4 number,
The
yeah.
number 4kids.org. and they got all the information. That's how we found it. Well, you know
Well,
Ron.
yeah, I know Ron.
We've gone to the site. This is something that if you're in the area, this is a target trip. This is something that you can target and have a good weekend with.
Well, and I mean, and you can extend
call it-
that bike
yes.
week down at
Go over-
Daytona
yeah,
and
go
stay
over to
down at
Daytona.
Pompano Beach
I know.
and check out the Pompano Beach Indian. Go on and ask for Ron. He's
know,
a great guy.
I hear friends going to like West Palm Beach.
It's
and
all right
like,
there.
you
It's
know,
all
it's
right
like,
there.
A1A, just go up and down and have some fun.
Yep, you can start in Jacksonville and go all the way down to Miami down there. So
The Panhandle all the way down. Absolutely.
Well,
I'm really looking forward to ride season though. I am going to do a Target trip.
we're jonesing. That's why.
Yeah, I think my Target trip will be Sturgis this year.
It looks like Steve and some of the guys are going to do New Orleans. In
Oh,
April.
that's right. Yes.
Yeah,
Our cameraman Steve has been invited to.
It's the guy trip. I was very, 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 very welcome to come along.
No, it's a guy trip.
They can go.
Go,
I've always
go,
been treated
have
as
fun.
one of the guys, but I think it's time to let my husband, who takes very, very good care of me.
Just go, Steve.
Go.
Have fun. There's another trip that's coming up that I do have. I don't think it's going to happen. Carol Ford has the biggest ride in Texas.
Right.
Coming up in April.
Right.
We're going to go back into the studio. How much you want to bet I can get her to at least
You
give us a
can.
call I from bet Texas? I can get
We
Carol
got the
Ford on my
Doobie
phone.
Brothers to call. I'm pretty
Come
sure
on,
we
you know,
can.
I think I can get Carol Ford to call then.
I'm
but
gonna,
I do want to. I want people to be encouraged to find a ride this year, and donate when you get there, and make it a cause. This is something that one trip a year will fill your soul forever.
Right. It's a
And-
bucket list kind of a thing. And I'm also going to encourage you to take a 30-second video or some snapshots and send them to us.
Oh, hell
we would
yeah.
love to promote your ride. If you're looking for
Absolutely.
somebody to give you a tour, go to Tour on 2 by Bill Gates as well.
That's one way to go.
That
Oh,
you know what that man plans it down to which fork you're going to use on which hour you're going to use a fork. He is probably one of the best tour guides I know. What a great guy.
He is.
He's certainly a great guy. I'm going to throw a plug in here before I forget.
You're gonna throw in a plug.
I'm going to throw in a plug before
Is it
we.
my favorite biker geopatch?
It's the
guys?
Biker Geopatch.
Oh, it's
Unlock your
that?
virtual
Oh,
patch at
how did I know?
bikergeo.com.
They have a great virtual.
This
patch
is a
of us.
real patch. You can also purchase from them, but unlock your virtual patch. You can do it through Bike Week America. We encourage you to go there. These are one of our sponsors. They've been very kind to us. And I
David
didn't
is very
forget.
cool.
Yes.
Weekly emails with him.
Oh yeah,
I just-
absolutely.
the
Keeps
guy's all
very,
over
very
it.
good contact.
And he's got a full plate, and he handles everything.
Yeah.
And you go to the website.
I have 72 plates
Kicks
in the air,
ass.
and my sticks are breaking. Should we do a real quick Kevin Beaner update? I'm just.
Oh, yes, we have to do a conference. I insist we do something about Beaner every week.
Well,
that
that's-
guy just cracks me up.
Well,
He
I'm
just-
not gonna do.
I-
I'm not gonna go right into what he announced last night about his pedicure.
it-
I need you guys
was
to know
it-
what a great guy he is. That purple bike, the 100cc Honda that he painted purple when he got to Vietnam was not allowed in Myanmar. The bike had to be left, and that man, all 6 foot whatever of him, long hair longer than mine, donated the bike to an orphanage and has started a cause. I encourage you to go to the website Everything Beaner, or else check him out on Facebook Everything Beaner.
Now, can I do this?
Go ahead.
Okay, let's do that.
Everything Beaner. There is the story I had tears in my eyes because I know Kevin, and I know that number one, it was hard for him to give up the purple bike, him and purple bikes, and he's going to be home sometime mid-April, and kind of bikeless for. I think he's still bikeless. He got to borrow a bike. That's all I'm going to say about that. When he was over in Myanmar.
Long story.
Yeah, long story. But what he did and what he's going to further do for this orphanage is just fantastic. And it all started by looking for a place that would appreciate his little purple bike.
It goes along with what we were saying. Pay it forward, leave a footprint in a positive way. And Kevin's been doing that all through Asia. And
His footprint has now a little fish on it.
Yeah,
I
let's
dare
go
you to
back-
check
yeah,
out the Beaner,
yeah.
Everything Beaner thing.
If you go to YouTube and type in Kevin has a massage with a happy ending, You'll be very surprised about the happy ending.
He's in Asia. It's not the happy ending all you bikers have gone to.
Oh, you had to open the Christmas present early, didn't you?
Well, it's not opening, but there is a surprise at the end of that one.
There is a happy ending. It won't be a happy. What he does, I don't
They
know.
do that here. They do that here.
They do that here.
Yeah. I don't even let people
Peter,
do that.
way to go for what you did. That was a great video.
Real quick, I'm going to ask a zoom in. Saturday, May 17th, one of our dear friends, Pat Capone, and Mooseheart Blessing of the Bikes. We are, I am one of the founding members. I'm one of the original 12 of the Moose Riders, as is my husband. And we encourage you to come out for this Blessing of the Bikes. It's huge. Last year we had Eric Estrada. This year we have Pat Capone and possibly Eric Estrada. I was talking to his, I guess you'd call him handler the other day. He's going to try and make it come out. Law Tigers, Wildfire, everybody promotes this. This is a pretty huge event, and it's held out at Mooseheart, which is in Mooseheart, Illinois, right next to Batavia, around North Aurora.
Got good friends down there. That's a great ride, too.
This is, well, actually, we ride through, and you get to go and visit all 50 of the houses. The cathedral is amazing.
Who's doing the blessing?
They have their own minister
Okay,
because of the chapel inside. Justified Motorcycle Club of Illinois on April 19th is doing their second annual spring fling and gun raffle.
Gun raffle.
For
I'm
those
there.
of
I'm
you
so
who
there.
now have your CCWs and you must have a valid FOID card and be over 21, I encourage you to check into that.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
I love the idea of a gun raffle. That
Yeah,
is just so
that's
cutting
all we
edge.
need is more guns.
And
I like
we need
weapons.
more people who know how to handle more
That's
guns.
true. You need to take a
I'm
class.
sorry.
The Steel Horse Sisterhood Summit, May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in Denver, Colorado. Joan, I'm hoping to see you there, my love. I'm hoping to see you there.
Joan will be on the show in the studio
Right.
on April 22nd with us, and we're going to talk
Oh,
more
that's cutting it
about.
short.
It's a week and a half ahead of time, so that people who see the show live have a chance to drop everything and go out to Denver. I believe you're going
I hope I'm going.
I hope you're going.
It depends on my surgery schedule.
because I'm going to get a satellite truck and it's going to follow you, and we're going to do it live if I have to.
Well, if I go, I have to bring my cameraman because I also need him for medical purposes. So, before we forget about this, because we're running out of time here, Stacy Chabowski, this one's for you,
Stacy.
baby. Little Angels 27th Annual Pledge Run, May 18th, 2014. Please
Yep.
pre-register. This is actually my registration form because we register every year prior to going in. This is a very good run. Everything about it is a good run. It is supported by the rescue riders and the EMS road dogs who will be riding in your pack to make sure that you remain safe. And if you go down, somebody will be there for you.
The run for the Little Angels is May 18th.
Thought I said that, but
I'm
okay.
going to be having somebody from the organization on the
Right.
show on May 13th, so you can get more information about Little Angels and what they do straight from the top.
Right. Stop into Woodstock Harley
I'm just
Davidson.
telling
Also,
you,
if you have any questions, it's a start and end point for that run.
The live show is full.
I know.
Right,
I know. I know. Let me get through these real quick here. Mark your calendars again. As you guys know, that I wear a blue puzzle piece for a reason.
Yeah, she does.
I do. It's right on me, right here. I wear it all the time.
There it is, yeah. I thought it was on your cut.
Our Milwaukee run, second annual Milwaukee run, is Saturday, July 12th, running out of House of Harley. There's special deals for the hotel. If you go online, please pre-register, and then you'll get your T-shirt and pin and things. If you don't pre-register, doesn't happen. And
Are they going to do it in Chicago someday?
they are.
Oh,
They are
get out.
doing
Would
it.
you tell
Our
me about
12th
that?
annual is Sunday, September 21st. I won't hit you on live here. That's like battery, and then there's proof. Starting at Fox River Harley Davidson in St. Charles, Illinois, and ending at our dear friends at Gnarly Jace. Thank you so much for that. I also urge you to pre-register because if you don't,
Yeah.
and you're going to hear this out of me when you see me at all the bike meets and everything, if you don't pre-register, you're not getting your shirt and your pin.
Nope.
All right.
You're
Duquesne
juiced.
Bait, Bikini Bike Wash, July 26th. You got
Hold it. Write that down. I'm sorry. You have to go slower for that one.
Duquesne Bait, Bikini Bike Wash, July 26th. We also
It
have.
is fun to just go.
Well,
It
there
is
was a lot of
just
cool pictures
fun.
out of it last year. I need this back though because I was
I
reading.
think I remember Sally over there.
I remember lots of people
I
over
think
there.
I
I actually
remember
wore
a
my
few people
bikini
over
top there that day. Annual Knees in the Breeze out of Duquesne Abate as well as Sunday, June 8th. Running out of Fox River Harley Davidson.
And
of
make sure you
course,
say this one because I'm going.
well,
I'm going to that one.
this will be my 5th year at the 5th annual Women's Run, Sunday, August 10th, 2014. Again, starting at Fox River Harley Davidson. You can find
I
out
had
more
so
about
much
this on the Duquesne website and also on our own.
That was the second funnest run last year. Was the women's run, the 4th annual. For me.
I
For me.
was in pain that day and got plopped on a curb, so it was a great run. But I mean, we ended in Leland. That was a good run. And of course, the 28th annual granddaddy of all toy runs, Duquesne Abate Toy and Food Drive. Again, all of this food, I saw flatbeds full of food that are needed in these food pantries.
It's a trip to do that.
It
work.
is
Just-
unbelievable. You got 12 acres at the Batavia VFW Hall, and to see all of it full.
Mm-hmm.
And last year we got to go and see Leonard Skinnerd afterwards.
Yes, we did.
So
Yes, we did.
that was
We got a little close.
we got a little close.
Thank you,
We got-
Wally. Thank
yeah,
you, Judy.
Thank you, Wally. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Fagawi. They treated us very well.
Oh, that was cool.
Real quick note as we're running out of time here, if you are an ASMI instructor, you need to renew your contracts. Get online
pay your
at
fees.
roadguardians.org, pay your renewal fees, and if not, get a hold of Vicky Sanfilippo. And our prize for this week's viewing is the Girl Scout cookies. You may have missed. You may have missed
you didn't order,
ordering
we've got
them.
your order right
We've got
here.
I'm going to say it wrong because Dan did early. Dulce de leche cookies, and we have some of the favorite tag-alongs, and they could be yours. So the fourth person
Good.
to answer the question about whose patch I held up today will win these. Make sure you send us your address as well in a private message on our Facebook page. But the fourth one who tells me what patch I held up earlier in this wins Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, you know what? And we'll give them a patch too.
There you go. I hope we get them
So
in.
they'll get the Girl Scout cookies and whatever patch Lori held up. Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Take care, and as always, ride safe.
We'll see you next week. Thank you.